You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. Hey everybody, welcome to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Kloffenstein. We have a great show for you tonight with lots of music. Mark Lewis and RC from Sentient 6 are going to join us to talk about the band. We're going to listen to some of their songs too. Writer and producer Pete Coulter is going to be here with a Carrion Creek update. And I'm going to take you down to Ilion, where residents gathered this past Saturday to protest a proposed AI data center at the former Remington Arms site. But first, our entertainment correspondent Nabil Khan is here in the studio. Nabil, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Ron?
Hey, so Comic-Con just ended, right?
Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con 2026.
And that's the big one, right?
It is definitely the top one. New York Comic-Con happens in the fall, and it's starting to give it a run for its money, though.
Some competition there, but San Diego was the first, right?
It did come before New York. Yep.
Yeah. So what are the headlines?
I mean, there's always like a million things that come out of it. You know, sometimes comic news, a lot of times big entertainment news. We got Ryan Gosling is going to be Ghost Rider for Marvel coming 2028. So that's like one big one. What else do we got? They finally sort of recast Black Panther for Marvel as well.
Really? Great.
Sort of, yeah. They introduced a son for him a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of gonna age him up and say all right, he's old enough to be Black Panther now.
The next generation. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of big Marvel news, and then they showed off some stuff that us people didn't get to see, for Avengers Doomsday that comes out in the fall.
So
more like Christmas.
Yeah. So any news about that?
The one big thing that they shared that we didn't know ahead of time is that Deadpool is going to be in it.
Really?
And Ryan Reynolds was there in the audience, doing a little bit with them. He came up to the thing to, talk in the microphone, and they revealed it was really Ryan and not just some guy in a Deadpool costume.
Wow, that must have been a cool moment there.
Yeah, his Deadpool suit was all made of denim. So
really?
he said he was in a Canadian tuxedo. Yeah, so that was funny.
So what's that movie going to be about? So what do we look forward to that? That's going to be an epic.
Yeah, so it's going to be the first Avengers movie we've had in almost, I want to say 7 years. Endgame was the last one. That was in 2019.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man died in that movie.
Right.
And now they've recast him as a villain.
Wow, it has been like 7 years then.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
It was like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
So,
how do you think audience will take to him as a new character?
It's really, I guess it depends on how he plays it, right? Like, we don't know all the details, like if they've changed it from the comics, or, we don't know if it's Tony Stark now being a bad guy, or if it's just his same face but on a villain, So those things they haven't revealed yet. They're making us wait.
So we don't know. He maybe actually still be Tony Stark.
It's a possibility.
What are the theories about that? Like a split off universe type
could be
thing,
another universe where he went bad. Instead of being Iron Man, he became Doctor Doom. Things like that. Because that's not how it goes in the comics. Doctor Doom's his own character.
Right.
So, I mean, and these movies, take some liberties. They go in the directions that kind of fit them versus, what makes sense to do. Because, it's not always going to work out the same way.
Well, if you want to get a name like, him.
Sure,
Luckily, I'm a soap opera fan, so whatever they come up with will be fine.
I'm sure it'll work out. But before that, I mean, we've got Spider-Man that comes out this coming week.
So tell me about that.
All right,
that's a big deal for you.
Spidey's also had a handful of years since he had a new movie. I think he's like 3 years out since his last movie.
Okay.
And after that last one, Tom Holland kind of hung up the suit. He said, "I'm good for a while."
Yeah.
And they pitched him something, and he said, "Okay, I'll come back."
So it must be a good story.
It must be a good story. It's 2.5 hours in length.
Wow.
So hopefully we get a lot of stuff.
It better be a good story then.
But not only is it Spidey kind of out on his own, because the last couple movies, he had friends, and the way the last movie ends, nobody in the world remembers who he is.
How did the last movie end? I actually forgot.
So the universe was kind of breaking apart because of a wish he made, and he makes a deal with Doctor Strange to fix it, but nobody can remember who Peter Parker ever was.
Oh,
so he's alone.
So he really is out there then.
Yeah, but he's joined by some other heroes in this movie. We got Hulk in the new Spider-Man movie, and we got Punisher in this movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's
Yeah.
good to see Hulk.
So it's going to be a
back in,
nice,
so-
like, kind of like team up movie, but not, a team movie.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Now, are you concerned at all because Supergirl did so poorly that like maybe the boom is all over? Or is it possibly that people just have a hard time with female superheroes as the leads?
I mean, that could be some of it. I hate to like say it because as somebody who sells comics, I don't ever want it to just go one way. But I think DC struggles a little bit more with their film content versus Marvel. Like we've been getting Marvel movies in this like universe since 2008. That's when Robert Downey Jr. first became Iron Man.
Right.
And I think by and large, all those movies are relatively successful. Even the like less successful ones, like the Marvels, which was a female-led movie.
It seems like the female-led ones
still probably did 3 or 4 times what Supergirl's done.
Yeah, it did do better, right?
So,
right. But it's still not considered really a success.
No, by Marvel standards, it's not. I mean, compared to things like some of these like Avengers movies that are like 1.5, 1.9 billion dollar films.
Right.
I think that sometimes because the general public don't know the whole source material, they see these things and they think that they're outside the realm of normal. When really, like if they were reading the comics, it'd be like, wow, this fits. Like the Supergirl movie, despite its lackluster numbers, is really close to its source material. Like the particular stories that they base the film on.
But even like that character too, like even though like if you were to say who is that to most people, whether they knew who that was or not, they'd have some idea who that was.
Yeah, they'd say somebody related to Supergirl or Superman.
So maybe I'm wondering if like that's part of it. It's like there are so few female characters that are iconic, like on the level that Wonder Woman is, that maybe that's part of it. Because the Marvels, like I was sort of aware of them because of actually Monica Rambeau on Wanda. But like I think a lot of people maybe just doesn't know who they are. So is that
that's a possibility.
Do you think that the studios are going to be less likely to bankroll these films that with female-led films with superhero genre?
I think they'll probably look at Supergirl as a cautionary tale, which what's kind of weird too, and we'll never know how it did. A handful of years ago, they had made a Batgirl movie that was going to be on HBO.
That's right, yes.
And it was about the time that HBO started doing this whole, we're going to can a movie before we release it for the tax incentives.
Yeah, right. Oh, I remember that.
I mean, Brendan Fraser was the villain. We had J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon. And, the girl who played the most recent Snow White was Batgirl.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. It's eluding me.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
You know what I mean? That movie wasn't even supposed to be a theater movie. It was just going to be on HBO. So they wouldn't have even measured it the same way. Right. And they were so concerned with that they didn't release it. So it's not a new thing. Like you said, it's they will probably they probably won't be as quick to release another solo female movie. If anything, they'll be like ensemble roles.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Right.
But,
what else is happening in films? We're in the middle of summer blockbuster season.
Odyssey. The Odyssey's big talk right now. In fact, Supergirl.
Have you seen it?
I have.
What's your review?
I gave it a 4 out of 5. Okay. I really enjoyed it. I think the 3 hours flew by. It was a 3-hour movie.
That was what concerned me.
it flew by. In fact, it was 3.5 once you count the trailers.
Okay.
The trailers actually dragged.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that the movie was well cast. I don't think that there's some some talk in the public about some of the casting choices.
Right. There was kind of a racist backlash.
What the thing is? Again, it's kind of the same thing as with
Lupita, who's an Oscar winner and a 100%. Woman whose beauty is global.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the superhero female thing. Kind of falls back to that, right? Like. If you ask, most people, unless they're like history majors, they'll tell you that they assume that the hierarchy in Greek society was all white, but it actually was mixed.
Right. Yep.
So
it's fiction either way. So
sure, yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, it's based on a poem.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. Right. Of course. Right. Of course. Yeah.
But the well cast, cinematography was beautiful, sound was great. Honestly, and this sounds silly for a 3-hour movie, there were actually some things that they included that they didn't flesh out enough.
Really?
Is kind of weird, in they either should have not included them so you didn't see these things and go, give me more and not get it.
Yeah.
Or go even further time-wise and say, all right, give me more info.
Wow. So at 3 hours, there's even more that they could have done with it.
Just based on some of the things they introduced, because you kind of that's why I couldn't give it a full 5. Like you get to some spots, and whether you know the source material or not, you're like, well, what just happened there? Like, why didn't we get any details on that fight? It's just, who were these people? Like, nothing, you know?
So that whole time it held your attention that well.
It did, yeah. I felt the urge to go to the bathroom because, you know, sometimes you gotta go, and other times you're like, I don't want to go, I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, because at 3.5 hours, that's like more than double some movies.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I can usually get 2 movies in for that.
Now with the Odyssey, people speak of it as a Christopher Nolan film more than a Matt Damon film.
Yeah.
Have we crossed like a threshold where, like, at least in this case with him, that the director is more important than the stars and the title?
I don't think that anything's different in 2026 compared to other years. I mean, there's always going to be...
Oppenheimer too. He was the big name.
Yeah.
It was
and
no
there's always going to be some directors that have that kind of pull, and then there'll be other movies that'll have the same sort of wide appeal. And you know, before we caught on, I mentioned to you, like, if you ask the general public, you know, who's the director for the upcoming Spider-Man, I'm sure most won't be able to tell you.
Right.
And his name's Daniel Destin Creighton, and he did Shang-Chi. Yeah. He also did. A lot of people really loved that new show Wonder Man on Disney Plus.
Oh, me and my husband Jim, we love that.
He directed that whole show.
That is a great,
You know what I mean? So when you hear that, you're like, oh man, I love those works, so it should be great. But, you know, nobody's like, that Daniel Destin Creighton Spider-Man 4, you know, they just say Spider-Man 4.
Well, just knowing that alone makes me more interested because Wonder Man was a really great series, and I thought it was really a worthy successor to WandaVision.
Yeah, but in a weird way, you could almost watch it without having really watched anything else.
Absolutely,
and just still enjoyed it.
It just like what I meant is like it had that depth, it had that level, like what's really going on here. Plus the entertainment aspect I thought was interesting.
100%.
So we know about Odyssey, we know about Toy Story 5, Spider-Man's Come Along. What are some films maybe we haven't heard of that you would recommend to our listeners here?
Oh man, well I know. I mean, this one's going to be sort of a guilty pleasure, but in a week or so they've got a new Super Troopers movie coming out, and they've always been funny, raunchy comedies, which sometimes you just need. They've got, you know, I mean, I know so many people that would quote the original Super Troopers, so it's. From what I've seen so far, it looks to give you more of what you want out of those movies. Yeah. So that, I think, comes out August 7th. Okay. So it's pretty close. What else do we got?
What's in theaters now that you've seen that you thought was good?
What's in theaters right now?
How about these low budget ones like Backrooms or Obsessed are really taking over?
Ooh, yeah.
Did you see those?
Backrooms was good. Backrooms actually had a second edition that they put out with like more content that I have to get around to seeing. Yeah.
That's one I really would like.
Yeah. The fun thing about that is that started as a YouTube series. You know, maybe our friend Peter. You know, that could be him someday.
That could be could be me with him someday.
Right. So, I mean, it started as like YouTube shorts that developed into a feature-length E44 film.
Wow.
I'm trying to think if there's
any
other big
ones. I love
ones.
stories like that. You know.
We got a new live-action Disney movie, which is a little weird for Disney. They don't usually release movies to compete with themselves.
Yeah.
Moana came out 3 weeks after Toy Story.
Oh yeah, that's
not as many people talking about Moana. The live-action Disneys tend to be like hit and miss. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really great, like seeing like all the like the island culture come to life on screen as opposed to just like animated.
The animated.
But again, you know, movies like that are hard because they're based on something that's already successful.
Right.
So if you change it too much,
does Disney have anything in the works like new?
There is
Toy Story 5 and Moana and all these live actions.
I believe they have one more big one this year. Not, I mean, if, you know, not counting Avengers, because I mean they own Marvel and Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. Well, I meant something like
more traditional Disney.
Yeah, or just like a new that's not a sequel or like a live action.
So I believe there's one coming out around Thanksgiving called Hexed, and I think it's their take on like almost like a Harry Potter like magical school type thing.
Oh, that sounds
But
fun.
It's, you know, it's it is female led, but it's also animated.
Nice.
And you know, I mean, it's not going to be the same as Harry Potter, but it'll have that like you know, magical society, magical school type feel.
Yeah.
So like normal girl getting plopped into that world.
So what are you most excited about? Probably Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man is definitely at the forefront for me at the moment. They are re-releasing Avengers Endgame, though, also in September.
Oh, wow.
It's called Avengers Endgame Encore Edition.
Yeah? Before we get a break, we're going to hear some music from Sentient 6, Mark Lewis, and RCR, our guest today. So this song is called Sick of It All, and it's by Sentient 6. They're our guests, and next up we're going to talk to them about this music and about their group, Sentient 6.
for a ride. Come little bee, come play with me. We're gonna kill what's left inside. No more worries, our terror inside. We're gonna bury that alive. Big bad wolf has got his teeth in me. One little pinch and it starts to bleed. Ooh, sick of it all and I cannot lie. Ooh, sick of it all and I cannot. Run and I run and I cannot. Bouncing from wall to wall and endless time. Walk round and round 'cause I can't find me. Fighting with my demons for eternity. Now, noise, love, die, destroyed, death, buried alive. Moon reveals what the daylight. Truth in the sign of the fear of life. Circling pleasure with nowhere to run. Chasing the darkness never. Fight now! Fight now! Darkness inside of me! Fight now! Fight now! Look what you've done to me! Fight now! Ignorance inside of me! Fight now! Depression and coolness me! Fight now! Take all you want from me! Fight now!
Welcome back to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Kloffenstein. I'm here with Mark and RC from Sentient 6. We're going to talk to them later, and so at the end of the show, we're going to hear some more of their music. A proposed AI data center at the former Remington Arms site has drawn opposition from residents in Ilion and in the surrounding areas. The people we spoke with said they're not opposed to AI itself, but their concerns center on the proposed location and the possible impact on nearby homes and the infrastructure. I was at the protest, and I have this report. I'm Ron Kloffenstein at the former Remington Arms plant in Ilion, where a proposed AI data center has sparked concerns among area residents. Their issue isn't with AI itself, but whether a facility this large belongs in the middle of their community. Corey and Anthony held up handmade signs that said, "You can't drink data."
The vulnerable people around here, and through the research I've done online, you can hear the data center from a 50-mile radius. There's like London Towers and the old folks home nearby. There's a school nearby. So we're going to put our most vulnerable population next to like this loud ass center. Pardon my language. But like it's been proven it causes like, you know, high blood pressure. You can't sleep. It increases your chance for strokes. Like I'm just trying to say here, even if you're for AI, I think it just shouldn't be in our small town because it's the most vulnerable population being so close to it.
I think it just, quality of life would absolutely shoot down. I mean, white noise just in and of itself for the data center, I mean, affects the whole valley. I mean, people all the way in like Herkimer and Frankfurt and all that are going to be hearing it. And it's just not, you're not going to have a quiet moment anymore. You're not even going to be able to hear yourself think.
Brenda and Debbie live right around the proposed site. I asked them what they thought life would be like if Remington Arms becomes a data center.
Hell, it would be. The noise, number one. Yep, and our water bill will go up, our electricity will go up. Not to mention the harm it's going to do to our land, our animals, our bees.
Montserrat lives across the street. I asked him what impact he thought the data center might have on him and his family.
It would not only affect our water, it would also skyrocket the electric bill, which will, and not only that, but also the noise pollution too.
I asked Montserrat if his family would stay in the community if the site does become a data center.
I think the noise would drive us away.
Noise is the concern that I heard most often, but residents say the bigger issue is the village moving forward before they know what facility will be built and what protections will be in place. James, who's holding up a sign that said no data center, has lived in Ilion for the past 40 years.
I'm opposed to data centers because it doesn't belong in the center of a town because of the possible noise pollution, light pollution, and they say water pollution, but this plant's supposedly going to have a sealed water system. But still, I don't like the way you're sneaking it in without any really public input. They just kind of, the IDA and the county kind of just snuck it in, hiding it, say this was going to be a multi-use facility, and right from the get-go, the data center was proposed. We have paperwork on the web back into April last year and stuff like that that says data center is proposed. Okay, and they say that's going to not make our electric bills go higher, but it will, because they're proposing non-diesel electric for this facility, which means they'll tie into the hydropower or nuclear power or wind power, and that's where Ilion's contract gets its power from. Okay, so once they tie into it, there's more demand for that power, so they're going to have to, raise the rates for that power. It was just a matter of fact, there's more demand and the rates are going to go up.
Jackie Sweeney was one of the organizers of the event. She thinks that public officials may have underestimated the impact an AI data center would have on the infrastructure.
Well, so you see data center and you think a data center that holds, different types of servers. This is completely different. You don't have data centers that are utilizing this type of infrastructure and taking this type of resources from the people.
What will it be like? What will it sound like? What will it look like?
So,
will it smell like if we're standing right here?
Exactly what you're seeing and hearing on the media. Everything that people across the country say is exactly what we're seeing in the videos. It is loud, it is bright, there is no more dark nights. Like this woman that we spoke with in Maryland, she was like, there is no stars in the sky nights anymore for them. It is so bright. So you have the lighting, you have the noise, you have power lines everywhere.
Why do you think elected officials in Herkimer County have spent taxpayer money on this, and why are they welcoming this?
I think that a majority of the people, not that I want to make excuses for anybody, but I think that a majority of the people hear data center and don't necessarily understand when they are voting on certain things what exactly this entails. But once they did notice it and they made the decision not to defend this community and what we're going through or what we're possibly going to be put through, that becomes a problem.
What do you think Ilion will be like, say, 5 years in the future if the data center does go in?
5 years in the future, Ilion will be probably going towards a ghost town.
Residents say plans for the site should come down to what the needs are of the community, how it fits into the community, and what safeguards that will be in place. At the former Remington Arms Plant in Ilion, I'm Ron Kloffenstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat. We'll have that story online Tuesday at 9 p.m. on my YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook accounts. This entire episode will be online Wednesday at 9 p.m. at unicaphoenix.net/Media Monday. Now, before we went to break, we heard 6. That's VI, the Roman numeral 6, like Sentient 6. Sick of It All by Sentient 6. And joining me right now in the studio is Mark Lewis and RC from Sentient 6. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Ron.
Happy to have you here. So describe, what kind of genre is your music? What is Sentient 6?
That's a good question. Depends on which song, I guess.
Are you heavy metal or rock or like?
Yeah,
what
I would say heavy metal to more modern metal.
Yeah.
Like I said, on the other show you co-hosted with.
Chilling with Rick, yeah.
Kind of
that's
like
how I met Mark.
I call it adrenaline rock because it just gets you moving.
Because of the power that you feel, the momentum and stuff.
The energy. We like the energy that you get from the music. Some people would classify us as horror goth metal. Or
that's interesting. We can talk to Pete about that next segment.
Yeah.
He's a horror guy. He'll be on next segment. So, what does that mean, horror rock metal? Like how does that come into it?
If you ever heard of a band called the Misfits, old punk school.
I never did. But what are they like?
kind of like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie.
Oh, I see. Oh,
you know,
yes.
that
Okay,
kind of stuff.
I understand then. Right.
You know, more theatrical.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
we
I
put-
said, our music is, this album is a concept album based around
Yeah.
something, but our writing style is just kind of whatever we feel at the time, you know.
Cool.
But we all like the energy. RC, you know.
So RC, what did you play on this?
I'm the drummer.
The drums.
Yeah.
The drums.
I got it easy.
Yeah.
Wayne writes most of the music. He's got a second album almost done. Mark's taken over the technology and the marketing. I'm the drummer.
The drummer.
I provide the practice space. And, yeah.
So what does a heavy metal or a rock or horror metal drummer have to do? Like if you're a drummer, what is about that type of music that kind of drew you?
I started off as an Iron Maiden, Judas Priest fan when I was a teenager.
Okay.
So I've always liked the genre, the heavier
Yeah.
music. And then with the advent of the double bass just taking over drumming, I was lured to
What
that.
is that double bass? Oh.
2 bass drums, 2 pedals, or a double pedal on a single drum.
Oh, okay.
The drumming style became a lot more foot heavy.
Oh,
than
really?
hand heavy.
When did that
in many
happen?
ways.
Like in the 80s or 90s? Or?
I'm gonna say 90s it started to turn over and turn.
So
into-
like that was probably more like allowed you to do more yourself as a drummer, right?
Yeah, it was interesting for me because I used to be very hand heavy.
Yeah,
and then I took
you would
a
think as a
hiatus,
drummer, you know.
And I came back, and now I'm foot heavy. So when I grow up, I'd like to kind of balance it out.
Interesting.
But,
Yeah.
No, so it was a challenge. It's a physical challenge, a lot of practicing, but like he said, the adrenaline rush to be in our 50s and play this kind of music is just really wild.
What is that like? That's really cool too. And that's a cool aspect of this, you know, to still be at it, you know. And you're probably younger than me. I'm 57, so you know.
It takes a lot of energy that we don't
The
have.
adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
I'm turning
That's it.
59 in 2 weeks.
Good
so,
for you.
Yeah.
Good
so
for
we,
you.
you know, used to be 3-4 hour shows, you know,
Yeah.
go all night long. Now, 45-minute hour show, I'm ready for a nap, and you know.
Exactly.
So, what music got you into this? Like, what was the first musicians that you liked? We're gonna go to break in a moment, but I see you got your Kiss shirt there.
Big Kiss
so,
fans.
Yep.
Yeah, as
How
I
about you,
said,
Cersei?
I was Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
Led
Iron
Zeppelin.
Maiden.
Oh yeah.
Now, when we come back from the break, at the end of the show, we're going to hear another one of your songs. We're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to have Pete Coulter here next. He's going to talk to us about Carrion Creek and have a conversation about horror, music, and all of us here together. So that was Mark Lewis and RC from Sentient 6. They'll be here when we come back. You can follow Sentient 6 on Facebook to learn more about the band, hear its music. Coming up next, Pete Coulter is going to join us here in the Hot Seat. You're listening to Hot Seat Media Monday on 95.5 FM The Heat. I'll have more after the break. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hot Seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Kloffenstein. Mark Lewis and RC from Sentient 6 are still here with us, and joining us now is writer and producer Pete Coulter. Pete is one of the creators of Carrion Creek, a horror anthology that brings together original storytelling, acting, music, and sound design. Pete, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again, Ron.
So what's the latest on Carrion Creek?
So Carrion Creek right now is running its campaign, its fundraiser. That's on Seed and Spark. So Patrick and I got together and we said we're going to write these episodes. We've written 22 of them. They'd have to deal with depression, drug abuse, drug addiction, family trauma, inherited family trauma. We took things from our own lives and decided to write about them because we've both been through some pretty traumatic things.
Yeah.
And we wrote the episodes as a way to help people change their perspective, maybe even make them see that things could be different if they chose different paths in that kind of way. And we put the horror aspect to it to make it a very appealing horror anthology.
Yeah.
And now we're in the process of getting funds so that we can film it right here in CNY with a big
That'd be
production
cool.
company.
Yeah.
His production company, which is Rooks Productions.
Yeah.
They're fantastic, award-winning, great
Yeah.
people. I mean, I got really lucky to land with these people.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I appreciate all of them very much. So we're doing the Seed and Spark thing, and
So what is Seed and Spark? Is
Seed
this
and
like
Spark
a
is like a
GoFundMe or Kickstarter kind
yeah,
of thing?
it's a GoFundMe crowdfunding thing where you can go on, you can donate to it, and your donations go to having the episodes filmed right here in CNY.
Wow,
which means we'll
wow.
be looking for local artists, local bands, local actors, to bring all of them into the fold. So that we can put CNY on the map. So we can say, hey, you know what? This show came from CNY.
What a cool opportunity.
You know, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And you know, as low as $15, you can go right on there, donate $15, pick what episode we filmed first.
Yep.
And that episode will get filmed here.
The one that gets like the most votes?
Yep,
or?
the one that gets the most votes. So far, we have 2 showrunners. One is called Perpetual Motion, which is about a father who is on a time loop to save his daughter. And then the second one is, I co-wrote the first one, Perpetual Motion, and then the second one I wrote called The Perfect Spot, about a woman who goes sightseeing with her husband to find the perfect wedding spot, but things don't turn out the way they should. Let's put it that way.
In horror, they usually don't.
In horror, they don't. Right. And each one of them deal with some kind of emotional aspect. Because we didn't want to.
There's a lot of depth and drama to these.
Definitely.
These,
we said to each
too.
other, you know, it's not just one thing to write a horror episode and just, you know, write a horror, throw some blood on the wall and, you know, some paint and say, hey, it's a horror episode.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that we could evoke emotion from people.
Yeah.
And turn around and help them with our opinion of how things could be different, or even giving them outsources like the suicide hotline. We talked to them and they said it was totally fine for us to use their suicide hotline thing at the end of very specific episodes.
Nice.
And some of them have to do with suicidal ideation. So we're hoping to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark and RC, when you're writing or composing songs, and you're John, what are you trying to communicate?
Oh, it's kind of funny because this album we're putting out is a concept album based around the 10 stages of relapse from drug addiction. Because we've all been in, we haven't been rock stars, but we've known rock stars, and a lot of them unfortunately aren't here anymore because of drugs.
I've lost
personal friends, bands that could have made it, didn't make it because of drugs.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And even just every walk of life out there. You don't have to be rock stars to know people who suffer from drug addiction.
I was addicted to alcohol for 20 years.
Yeah, and
quit.
There's all kinds of addictions, and that's part of the album. Is it's not just about drugs and alcohol addiction. There's different types of addiction.
Oh yeah.
And each song is tied into each stage of relapse from addiction.
That's a good idea.
So
it's a fantastic idea.
What a cool concept,
ideally,
though.
if it goes somewhere, we want the proceeds from the album to go into some kind of drug rehab program or something to help people. I mean, we've all lost friends.
Yeah.
And,
I actually wrote a whole episode on that. You Always Have a Choice, which is about a heroin addict who gets to see what her life would have been like without taking the drugs. You know, she didn't have the abusive lifestyle she had. And
so,
that's it's super important to do that, to give back to
absolutely
people.
is.
Super important. Yeah.
So, Mark, is this album you're working on it now?
Yes.
Are these songs that we heard and what we're going to hear, are they from the album?
6 is one of them, and 8 is also. I mean, they're all based on that album. The album should be out. We're hoping to have it drop around October. We're playing at Song and Dance.
Only
in
2
Syracuse.
songs left to record, so out of the 10.
So we're going to hear a song like in a few minutes. The next song we're going to hear, I'm blanking on what the title of that song
It's
is.
Overthinker.
Overthinker?
Yeah.
So like that's one of the stages of relapse?
Yeah, for that stage, because you're over-processing everything, you're telling yourself, I can do this, but then there's the voices in your head saying, no, you can't. You're a bum,
Yeah, the addiction does that.
Yes.
It'll tell
you're
you
battling
can't do anything
within yourself.
except for take the drug.
When you hear the lyrics of the song, it'll tie in to that thought process.
Right. So how long did it take you to like write that song?
That was the first one we did on the album, so that one kind of came fairly easy. The rest of them, the more we get, the harder it gets, because I don't want to repeat the same.
Right.
You start to get repetitious, and then it gets boring.
Yeah.
And you got to keep it, a little bit diverse in it, so that you don't kill.
Yeah, like you want
focused but on point.
Yeah.
You want to like expand on your theme, but have different, like slightly the song.
It gets challenging to try to stick to the criteria for each. For each stage, and have each song, like our very first song,
Yeah.
goes with the first stage of relapse and how
Right.
it all ties in. And then as we're building the videos and making the videos, I'm also trying to tie those into the concept.
Yep.
But
Did
I'm
you
not
do them in
professional at
order?
that.
Did you
Yes.
write them in order?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you find that like helped? Like, say when you came to overthinking here, did you like think I gotta write something about this, or
I
did
see
you
what
hear
you're
the
saying.
song
No, I
first,
didn't
or?
start them in order. We learned them based on how complex the songs were.
Oh, okay.
So we learned the easier songs first, and I wrote everything to those. As
So we
were
heard
going.
number 6, now we're gonna hear number 8. So
Yes.
8's more complex. All right.
Yeah, they get more and more complex as we go. So
Let me ask you, for someone who's never listened to heavy metal before, or who doesn't normally, what should they listen to? Like, what do they listen for? What is a mark of like good quality heavy metal music?
honestly, you're feeling it.
You're feeling it.
To me, you feel the energy of the music. You aren't even really hearing the words. You're feeling everything in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're not going to pick up on every word that's said. It's the energy that's created from the music and the what would you call it?
I would call it like vibing with it.
Yes.
I mean,
I was thinking vibe too. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The adrenaline is adrenaline is something that you really feel as well as like hear.
you
Think about it.
subconsciously start feeling something, and you're like, oh, that music is bringing that out.
Yeah. I like that. Now, before we go hear that song, Mark and RC, where can people find out more about Sentient 6? What do you have coming up when the album comes out? Or like, where do you have music now people can hear?
You can go on Facebook and find we haven't
And it's
got our
Roman
actual
numerals.
Yep. Sentient 6.
What do
Just
people
Google
learn that
Facebook.
now? The
You can
Roman
find us on
numerals, yeah.
Bandcamp, is
Oh,
where our
right,
music
yep.
is all staged right now.
Yep.
We're working on getting a full website put up. But,
cool.
we have to work because we're not rock stars. So,
2 upcoming shows.
yep, we got 2 really good upcoming shows. August 9th in Rochester with Jeffrey Nothing from Mushroom Head.
Mhm.
And then October 23rd at the
Wicked.
Song and Dance in Syracuse with Texas Hippie Coalition.
Oh, cool.
And we've got another one in the middle there at the Lost Horizon in Syracuse with a band called Wicked.
Oh, great. Well,
there should be some good
websites are
shows.
good, but
Yeah.
honestly, I think Facebook is the best way to reach people. It's like that's where I get all the
Yep.
information from and stuff.
Yeah, we're just plugging away trying to
Good for
get
you.
the
and I
album
think
done
it's
and just keep
extra
moving
great
forward. And
Yeah,
we
and
appreciate
plugging
you having
away
us on the show. And
in your 50s, just like
Yeah.
me. I think that's extra really cool there.
we don't
It's like
know how to stop.
That's kind of like a theme that like I'm actually going to be in a magazine called 55 Plus. It's out in I think it's a Syracuse magazine, so it's all about that. So you guys have to look for that when it comes. You guys should be in the magazine too. It's like
You never know. We're open to pretty much anything.
So Pete, where can people find out all about Carrion Creek and get involved and help you guys make it happen?
You guys can go online, Seed and Spark, search up Carrion Creek, CarrionCreek. $15 donation gets you a vote. There's other things on there.
You get T-shirts at some
there's
point
T-shirts,
too, right?
there's mugs, there's hats, there's scripts, there's table reads,
Nice, wow.
there's meetings, there's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things you can do. They can get you in contact with higher ups and things like that, especially if you're
Nice.
actors and musicians.
Yeah.
We can bring you into the fold in a way.
Cool, yeah.
But really, I mean, if you guys want to help it out, just go on there and donate something, and we'll get it shot here. And I mean, that's really what I want to do. I've been doing this for how long now?
Yeah,
trying
writing
to
and trying to get it going and stuff.
Me
Yep.
to get people up there, so I can push people up there and see them up there, and just be happy that I was able to help this small community.
Absolutely.
And I love this community. It's where I'm from. So.
And
I'm gonna try
that's
as
what
much
we're
as I
all
can.
about here at Hot Seat Media Mondays, promoting art and people that are making stuff. And
Yes.
that's the cool thing is like
Yes.
right around here, there's so many people that are doing so much stuff. It's like
Absolutely.
incredible here. So now we're gonna hear Sentient 6's song Overthinker. Mark and RC were talking about that. Let's give that song a listen. That was Overthinker by Sentient 6. Mark Lewis and RC from Sentient 6, thank you for being here today. P. Coulter too, thank you for joining us as well. So I was so excited about the latest from Carrion Creek. You can find more about that. You can find all this stuff online. This whole episode of Hot Seat Media Monday will be online Wednesday night at 9 p.m. at uticaphoenix.net/Media Monday. And when that gets up, you guys post all your links in there in the comments and all that. Our audio engineer is Jonathan Brooks. He's DJ Jay Easy, and he's up next with the Easy Ride Home. Jim Hale records the show for YouTube and podcasts, and he's our photojournalist and AI content producer. Nabil Khan is our entertainment correspondent. Thank you for being here, Nabil. He had to leave early so you could go to his Mystery Monday movie for this week. So he'll have some more news about movies when he comes back. And of course, Spider-Man opens on Friday. But thanks to Nabil, me and Jim are going to get to see you on Thursday. So we're going to have the scoop. Jay, you want to go to see Spider-Man on Thursday with Nabil? It's only $18 for a sneak preview if you want to go. Lily Christopher is also our correspondent. I'm Ron Kloffenstein. I'll be back next week with another Hot Seat Media Monday. This is Ron Kloffenstein. Meet me in the Hot Seat every Monday at 5 p.m. for Hot Seat Media Mondays on 95.5 FM, The Heat.